Hello, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those of you joining for the first time, this is not a political poll, it's a spiritual poll. Although today we may stray over a little bit. I like to think of us, a group of us get together every Sunday to play, dance, sing, and vibrate on this universal web of creation. What we put out in our vibration as we walk along this web vibrates along the web and affects everything on the web. So we are co creating this web of energy. And today I thought that I would like to bounce on the web like kids jumping up and down on a trampoline. And you know how some people, if there's two kids on the trampoline, one kid bounces the other one way up in the air and shoots him way up in the air. And the kid's kind of out of control up in the air. Woo, yeah. I mean, some are happy, some are scared. Whoa. And then they fall back down and they all laugh and it's all fun and games. And I feel that's kind of where we are in this web of creation time stream. And so I've gotten a couple of messages in the last couple of days about raising our vibration, the law of attraction, having the right vibrational match to attract what we want, to have the right vibrational match, frequency match, to even see what we want. Ooh, that's a big one. Many of us are saying, I would love to see a spaceship or aliens, but is our frequency the right match? So let's see how we can raise that frequency a little bit. A lot? Are there steps? I think the biggest step is to get out of fear and get into love. And one of the ways that we can effectively change where we are is taking a look at our responses. Are we responding out of fear? Are we responding out of love? And when we do respond, is it with love or is it with fear? So the more we can respond out of love, with love, the higher the vibration. That's my take. I'm going to stick to that one for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I'm talking in 3D Earth times. It's probably, I'm going to probably use that for the rest of this time stream life. Anyway, let's get back to the cards. How do we raise our vibration? At first, I started with 3 cards, thinking past, present, future, but then that goes into the 3D time. It's really not past, present, future. It could be, but the past is the future, and so it could be all mixed up. It could be like a sphere. So don't get too hung up on labels. Just get hung up on what cards resonate with you. Use your own interpretation. I love it with the comments. It really adds to the story. So keep them coming. All right. How do we raise our vibration? How do we stay out of fear? How do we move to love? Is there something that we are doing in the past that we can carry forward? Let's see what it is. The benefactor, grace and generosity. So what I'm getting out of this, if it's in the past position, the benefactor, he offers a mate, a child, a grandchild, a stranger, a plant, a tree, a rock, whatever it is, some form of kindness, generosity, grace. And in that act of kindness and generosity, there's a transformation, and I see that there's little dragonfly wings behind that. Is it a hamster? I'm not really sure. There may be an elemental, a hamster with dragonfly wings. But that transformation of giving one piece of some generosity to another person that gives it to another person, another person, another person, it transforms the world that they are in. Grace and generosity. The present card is the Horseman, the Herald of Change, but it's in medicine position. So what change are we bringing forth? It's not this kindness that has been and grace and generosity. We don't see a lot of that today anyway. A lot we don't see, especially in the news. Now, if you're digging in the dirt and growing vegetables in your garden all day long, you probably don't see a lot of the upside down change. You may, though, when you're digging in the dirt and you find a pop top or a plastic or something like that, and you go, oh, what are we doing? What are we passing on from one generation to another? Is it generosity? Is it just trash? The next card is the Magician's Sword. This looks like the Ace of Swords in tarot, but this is the Magician's Sword that it it cuts through some of the doubt, and this sword can also cut past karmic things that no longer serve us, things that are holding us back, the lack of confidence in your magic. Use that sword to cut that lack away. It's something we don't need. It's something that we need medicine for, because that change, we can't have a lack. We have enough of that. We need to be confident in the magic as we move forward. Okay, so what is the magic? How do we raise that vibration? I'm crossing this with the Brady Tarot. Now, this could be either a challenge or it could be an enhancement to Benefactor, Grace and Generosity. The first card I get is the Daughter of Horns. Pronghorn. Pronghorn. Now, this Daughter of Horns, it's a young energy, Page of Cups, young energy. It feels like this young energy is going out and conquering the world. But if you think of a young woman and, starting out, making mistakes, trying this, doing that, having fun, exploring the world. She's doing it, hopefully, not so much with judgment. It's with exuberance that she goes out into the world. And it's in a partnership. Now, there you do see the rain clouds in the past, in the horizon, but they're not there yet. So she's not dealing with those. It's more of a present moment for her, staying in the present moment. The Horseman, the change of the Horseman. These cards are very thick and they stick together. Ooh, the High Priestess. Whoa. Daughter of Horns, using feminine intuition to move forward, silently, stealthily. Mm. There, with the High Priestess, there's some obviously it's an owl, white owl, so there's some wisdom there. There's some sage advice in there. It looks like there's a little water in there too, although I may be mistaken with that. It's a real black and white feel to it. So I was looking at this magician sword, and if this is the magician card in the tarot, that's number three. Number one. The next card would be number two, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, it also wants us to have some solitude time. The companion card would be the Hermit. So we can't listen to our intuition, deep intuition, without silence. If there's too much yakking going on, we're not going to be able to hear it. And that's where this horseman, that herald of change, comes in. I think it's too noisy. Too noisy. Needs to be quieter. The magician's sword, confidence in your magic. Oh, judgment. Rising up. What are we creating? Are we being judged? Will we be judged on that? As we play, this is with no judgment, but as we go on, then there is some judgment. There is some meeting a higher source. So, how do we raise our vibration so that when this judgment happens, it's not all crazy? Because you see, this card has bats in its belfry. Okay, it doesn't, but a lot of bats coming out, a lot of rebirth, and sometimes a lot of fear. People are afraid of bats. I don't know why you would be, because we were told we should be afraid of bats. They'll get in your hair. Like, okay, well, they don't. They have very good echolocation. All right, let's keep moving because I'm still not. How do we raise the vibration? How do we raise it? So I'm using my, what is this? I'm sorry, Return of Spirit deck. These got a little too heavy for me, so let's just see what we get. Take flight. How do we raise our vibration? Go. Take flight. Love. Are we working with in fear? Or are we working in love? We can choose to be happy. We can choose to be sad. What's the choice that we are making? Are we choosing love? Are we using our voice in love? So I'm still want to work on that take flight card. And I get deep quiet, meditation and stillness. When I get quiet, when I go into deep meditation, it truly is like flying. It truly is feeling the universal love of everything, of Creator Source. We get knowledge and worthy. I love this card. Looks like a praying mantis. Knowledge and worthiness. Okay, I got two more. How do we raise our vibration? How do we raise it? Get quiet. Know that we're worthy of this knowledge. And what is the knowledge? It stems from love. How do we raise our vibration? Ignite your passion. What lights you up? What do you like? What are you bringing into your awareness? And not you. I'm asking myself this question too. What am I bringing into my awareness that makes me passionate? Certainly, it's not the 3D news. Certainly, that is not knowledge. The knowledge comes from the deep quiet. The knowledge comes from staying in that love space. And the last card, the great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. The spiritual experiences start with igniting your passion, getting into deep quiet, knowing that you are worthy of the knowledge. Speak with love when you take flight. This judgment card's a tricky one because you do things without judgment, like, oh, I did that wrong. If we are working on our spiritual experiences, there is no right or wrong. If we are working from love, there is no right or wrong. If we are working from greed and fear, there may be a right or wrong. Stay in your intuition. Passion. Passion of a daughter of cups, daughter of horns. Let go of the judgment. Cut past ties. What are you bringing in? What are you heralding in? Fear or love? Generosity? Grace? Bring that in. Great teacher is all about peace and love. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Sunday. Happy St. Patty's Day to you all.